What is up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can see, I have a very fun, summery kind of vibe video for you guys today. I'm really loving the way this came out, but enough of that. I'm going to do a first impressions video. I'm going to do a few items that I got recently that I really want to just kind of try on for you guys, try them on for the first time and see what I think of them. Starting with the Violet Voss Flamingo eyeshadow palette. We're going to do this on the eyes today. We have the very controversial Huda Beauty setting powder, the Easy Bake powder, which I'll dive into more details later on. We have the Benefit Gold Rush blush. We have the Bye Bye Pores bronzer from IT. And we have the Nars Orgasm Loose highlighter. So if you want to see me try on all these products and see what I think of them, then you're going to have to keep on watching. Get started with this look, I'm going to go in with some MAC Prolonged Wear Concealer, and I'm just going to kind of set my eye, prime my eye for shadow, because I'm going to go in with my shadow first, because recently I feel like I've been in like a really big creative rut in a way, and like I want to start doing different techniques and different things with my looks, and I just want to start trying new things, and I feel that I'm almost, I don't know what the word would be. I think I just feel like I need to try new things to kind of re-spark some of my creativity that I used to have. Eyes are primed and set and ready to go. We're just going to dive into eyes first, obviously. We're going to go in with the Violet Voss Flamingo eyeshadow palette. The packaging itself is very cute. It is very summertime in Florida, very beachy. Then you open it up and you get all of these bold pops of color. This entire palette is a pop of colors eyeshadow palette. Like, it is, like, there's like 3 shades in here that's like more of a neutral kind of thing, but everything else is just very bold, and I'm actually loving this because this is like right up my alley. I love me a bold eye. But before we get started, I'm going to show you guys some swatches. So we have flamingos, donut, flip-flops, bikini, oceanfront, tidal wave, beach ball, watermelon, lemonade, pineapple, popsicle, sunbathe, surf, coral, island, sand, seashell, pinwheel, sandals, and sunnies. Actually really fun shades, and I cannot wait to do like a really fun look with this. I just really don't know what look I want to go for. I really want to go with like a pinkier vibe, but I'm like, I just really don't know. I actually am going to be doing like a technique that I saw Raw Beauty Kirsty do, where I do like a darker shade, then I kind of feather it out with a lighter shade later on. So I'm going to go in with the shade Watermelon to get started. We got that shade on. I'm going to go in with the shade Coral right here, because that one's a little bit softer of a color, so I'm going to kind of use that to kind of feather out a little bit and just kind of soften the edges. I'm going to take some more concealer. I'm going to cut my crease for this part of the look, just because that's kind of what I want to do with this. Before my little sticky base dries down, which I think this is actually a pretty good line. I'm getting really good at being precise with this. I'm going to go in with the shade Pineapple on the lid. We got that on. Honestly, it looks really good. I'm going to go in with the shade Sandals right here, which is like a warm tone kind of brown shade. I'm going to use that as like my outer corner kind of pop. Make sure that all the shadows are merged together. I'm going to take a little bit more of the shade of Watermelon and just kind of make sure everything is cohesive and good to go. Make sure everything kind of merges and blends. Take a little bit of the shade Pineapple and just kind of pop it right there. I'm going to go in with the shade Tidal Wave for my inner corner highlight, because I really want to do something fun. Okay, so now I completely added my base and concealer. I used the MAC concealer that I was using for my eye base, and of course I also have my Nars Naturally Radiant Longwear foundation on, and I absolutely love that foundation. We're going to go in with a setting powder, and I'm going to say, before I even start this process, this is very controversial because of the ad campaign, the brand, and everything like that. I'm going to go in with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder in the shade Pound Cake. Bakery created their flour setting powder, and it's called Flour, and it's in a flour packaging, and it's just all about baked goods and baking items. And when Huda came out with hers, with it calling Easy Bake, and it had the same kind of vibe to it, that's where a lot of people had an issue with. I think personally, I love both brands. I have used both brands before. Beauty Bakery has some amazing products, and Huda has some pretty great products too. So honestly, I don't want to knock it before I try it because I'm more of a hands-on person. I really wanted to try this powder because I do like Huda's foundation. I do like her eyeshadows. I do like her lipsticks. So without me creasing too much, let me just start using this powder. But I just wanted to say that for you guys. I just feel that if it were me, if I was Huda and I had such a big social media platform, I would be addressing any concerns people had with my brand. And that's just the one thing I would want to do. So I'm not taking any sides here. I am not saying that Huda is better than Beauty Bakery. I'm not saying that at all. I absolutely love both brands, and until I knock it before I try it, I just really wanted to give this powder a fair shot. I do think that Huda needs to come out with a statement regarding why her campaign looks eerily too similar, if that makes any sense. Does have a strong scent, so it does smell just like her other foundation, like the Faux Filter foundation. It smells just like it. I think it's jasmine. I'm not exactly sure what the smell is, but it smells really good. I personally like the smell of her foundation, so I'm not exactly hating this or anything like that. The baking is done, which my under eyes just look really, really terrible. Right here, it kind of looks super dry because it feels very dry. So the powder looks pretty good regardless of that, but everywhere else, just my skin is just really getting on my last fucking nerve. I think it's a lot of stress. I really don't know what's going on, but I'm breaking out like crazy, and my skin is just hating everything I do. So anyways, we're going to go right in with a watermelon again, just to kind of tie the entire look together. And last but not least, I'm going to go back in with sandals. So to finish off the eyes, I'm going to go in with a little bit of brow bone highlight. I'm going to go in with the Ofra Rodeo Drive Highlighter. The eyes and the brows are done. I went with a little bit of a softer brow color because I've been doing a little bit too harsh recently. So this is the Caramel Brow Pomade from Anastasia Beverly Hills. They're on some lashes, and now we're good to go with the rest of the face. So now another first impression I have, which is something that's been out for a while, so it is just my first time playing with it. This is the Benefit Gold Rush Blush. I see it. It's just a little bit sheer, but I mean, it doesn't look too bad, honestly. Bronzer, this is another item that has been out for a little while, but I really want to try it. It is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Bronzer, and I have the shade Beach. I believe it only comes in the shade Beach. We're just going to dive right in and see if it gives me any type of color. So now we're at the final item that's pretty much a new first impression for me. This is the Nars Orgasm Illuminating Loose Powder. Now this one is definitely a loose highlighter, but it is very pink toned, so it's definitely going to be something that's better for deeper skin tones because it really shows up gold on them, or also you can use it as a blush topper. I'm kind of using it as a blush highlighter kind of thing today. So here is the final look, and I'm actually really obsessed with the way that everything came out today. I feel like my skin looks good, it's glistening. I feel like I'm just really happy with the way that my face came out, my eyes and everything like that. And that's really hard for me to say because recently I have been so stressed. I have been working myself ragged. I have been having a lot of issues with my skin. My skin's been very dry. It's been dehydrated. It's been breaking out. So for me to say that I really am happy with the way it came out, I'm really happy with the way it came out. My eyes came out really awesome. Please let me know in the comments below if you think that my new techniques that I was trying out with my eyes worked better for me. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial as well as all my other ones. And from here on out, I'm just going to keep on bettering myself and doing things to grow as a person, as a YouTuber, and as a beauty YouTuber as well. So I really hope that I'm doing a better job now. And also the liquid lip I'm wearing is the SEPHORA liquid lip in the shade Pasadena because I just feel like it really tied everything together. Now, really quickly, I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts on some of the items that I used today. First off, let's start with the most controversial item, which is the Huda Beauty Pound Cake Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder. Now, I feel like this worked really well for me. I mean, most of the time, setting powders are setting powders to me. There's not one that's like better than the other for me. I have a few that I love and a few that I hate. So, I mean, it did work for me, but I will say though, I'm a fan of both Beauty Bakery and Huda, and so to say that I'm taking a side, I am not. I am not taking any sides with this. I feel like the drama is starting to get really, really big, and I feel that for someone like Huda who has such a big social media platform, she needs to issue some type of statement about the whole controversy of her pretty much plagiarizing Beauty Bakery, because Beauty Bakery is a black-owned brand and a independent brand. She's an indie brand. And now for Huda to pretty much take the same exact kind of concept as Beauty Bakery has, it's kind of just really sad because she has such a big platform and she could have done something different to make herself unique and not do something so similar. Being said though, I do like the flower setting powder from Beauty Bakery as well, so both of them are good setting powders. Both of them worked really well, so it's up to you, whatever you want to spend your coins on, honestly. So now the Gold Rush blush from Benefit, I really don't have very much to say except for it really didn't give off a lot of color. I just feel like it just didn't really do very much for me. Like there really was barely any color, so I really don't recommend it. The It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores bronzer. I feel like this bronzer was actually pretty nice. I mean, it did give a beautiful finish. I would definitely have to play with this a little bit more in the future and just kind of see what I think of it. But I will have to say though, it is nice. It's a nice bronzer. It didn't go on muddy. It didn't go on powdery or ashy or anything like that. So it did work really well. But I'll just have to say it's definitely a 50-50 kind of thing. Next up, we have the Nars Orgasm Loose Highlighter. I feel like this is just such a stunning highlighter. Like, I mean, it really does make your skin look like a nice, wet, glistening, glowing skin. I'm just really obsessed with that. I love highlighters like that that's not too chunky, and I feel like this is such a universally flattering highlighter as well on different skin tones. It looks different on everybody, and it just is absolutely stunning, and I really do love this. Last but not least, we have the Violet Voss Flamingo eyeshadow palette. Now, I feel like this worked really well for me. Honestly, the palette is really still very stunning, and the look that I came out with today is so pretty, and the shades were very pigmented, so I didn't have any blending issues. I did not have any issues with the shadows at all. I feel like having a nice sticky base for the metallics will definitely work very well for you. Matte shades, I definitely will have to say doing it on a drier base did work really well. So I mean, honestly, I've had no issues with this palette at all. So I mean, I recommend it because I loved the way that my eyes look today. Like, I really am obsessed with it. I will be probably doing another look with this palette very, very soon, just because I really want to kind of showcase like more options of it, because I want to do like a blue look, I want to do like a natural look, I want to do purple. Just, there's so much to do with this palette, and I really love that. So I recommend this one as well. So just let you know, the Huda powder, if you decide to get it, is $34. The bronzer from It Cosmetics is $30. The highlighter, I believe, is $28. The Benefit, which I really don't recommend, that one is $29, and then this one is $45. I was gonna say, majority of the items that I tried today, I do recommend for you guys to pick up, just because they did work for me. So that's really all that matters, as long as it works for you and everything like that. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you thumbs it up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the very near future. Love you. Bye.